aja buba yoon
mbokki déglukat yi mën naa dal di sant di leen dal di gërëm seen tur bu rafet ak seen ànd bu rafet bi nga xam ne saa su nekk rek lu nga xam ne mooy Gam Football Fans TV ngeen dee dal di baaxu di dal di ànda tey nag ñu dal di fas yéene waxtaanee lu nga xam ne mooy Gambia National League bi muy second division muy first division su soobee yàlla nag su connexion suñu ko dal di mayee dinañ fi dal di dalal kii ku nga xam ne mooy Modou Jagne wante ñu dal di bàyyi gum rek ku nga xam ne mooy coach Sana Yafa tam mu dal di nuyoo tam nuyoo si olof ba pare tam dal di nuyoo tam li nga xam ne mooy suñu mbokki soose yi jërëjëf Sana ma dali laa dalal si programme bi tey.
jërëjëf Buba Jallow di la nuyu rek yow tamit lu bëri di la santa di nuyu suñu fans yi Gam Football Fan TV di nuyu ñëpp di jaajëfal ñëpp tamit di wish all the teams in the first and second division I mean a very very good season and and comme noo ko waxee rek ñu ngi expect Modou Jagne the competition manager of the Gambia Football Federation. And I'm sure you just stay back and just enjoy the show.
waaw Sana léegi nii yëgoon na ne barki démba at barkati démba second division bi commencé woon na tey sa léegi nii Royal de Banjul ak Tallinding tam ñu ngi dal di play fu nga xam ne mooy Basso yëpp tam ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi dal di Denkumpa Royal de Banjul ñoo dal di amagum 2 Tallinding United amagum 1 wante ne naka da nga dal di gisee si difficulties bi yëpp si pandemic bi tam Gambia tam dal di ñëw stage bi nga xam ne tam football dal di ñëw yow na ko dal di jàngee as a coach as jamono bu nga xam ne tam ñu ngi push pour Gambia pour dal di dem si all fronts muy under 17 muy under 20 ak muy national team.
jërëjëf Buba foog naa ne sa laajte boobu noonu am na solo torop because réeróowuñ bir ne depuis pandemic bi bu mu dooree some months back almost like 7-8 months ago football doxatut and then tax na aduna bi yëpp ñu doon jànkuwantal ay problème gis nañ ligue yu tëj ligue yu gën a mag si aduna bi tëj nañ ñëwaat nañ indi ay guidelines yu esaat ñu duggaat seen football league bi ñun ñëpp ñu jooy ko fii ne Gambian league bi it has to go ahead because gis nañ ne pandemic bi dëgg la mu ngi am waaye Gambian si jëluñ ko seriously so suñ mën a am yenn activités suñ ngay dox gisuñ any benn reason lu tax football mënut a dox so I think that was very very important authorities yi déglu ministry bi ak government bi déglu bàyyaat football mu ñëwaat dafa rek mu ngi ñëw waxtu boo xam ne comme li nga wax rek lu am solo la nit ñi dañ we need to understand that mu ngi ñëw time boo xam ne suñ under 20 bi mu ngi prepare pour dem a competition suñ under 17 bi mu ngi prepare pour dem a competition and all the core of these players yëpp ñu ngi si national league si either first or second division and I think the players yi am like a game time with their clubs and then proper training at their clubs dafa gën a tax players yi ñu am match fit suñ amee match fit loolu it means ne mun nañoo sentu ne mun nañoo amee very very good tournament foog naa li bokkoon na si loo xam ne sax maa ngi ko doon jooy lu bëri because under 20 bi bu mu doon dem si waafu competition bi in Sénégal gis nañ ne players we are very rusty toog nañ ay almost six months play wuñ ñu ngi trainal seen boppa ñu ngi train seen individual training but is that enough pour ñu mun a fit for the junior category? It is not because you need a specific game time matches to make you fit a match fitness. I'm not a matter at Bojang right now. Didn't welcome the idea of the league to come back, whilst they're preparing for their various competition. Look, I'm solo, and I think players at their own level, missing football trop because game la bo xamne daf dee tax ñu def lu bëri waaye foog naa ne it's great that ñu amaat football back
baningol hadisa abla mo kan dawo da drong ba jakan jang mi alon ko wala keda Gam Football Fans di alni banima mun keda Buba Jallow te anen Sana Yafa bi dum kacha dum be loring dem mi alon ko wala mo ko football mo tan Gambia mi alon ko wala mo second division ci anin first division bi dum be wala kacha la fanan na trago fanan mero fanan soñata ambe Modou Jagne la jam yalla ko fanan wala marata competition department la bari sana ñi bo do yebade la moy la yebade man ko fanan konton yena dum fanan ñin kalum yalla ko comme ni nga yele ko fanan football fanan muruta dan mi yalla ko ya janjan santeng sate mu mebe kono ngaje bi play kam fo ba sorile e be play kam fo jara soma ibe play ka dula jama baldo fana ite nyin karando ke nyaadi le ka jol ko football fana murtanam fana ñin dinkral to fana
buba comme nga fa ñamin surwa kan wala dron ngamira important bakale ngani ko discourse because football na ke fende mi yalon ko mbe ngalo ne kardama ko manto beri ñim pandemic ko dunta na football man play and then tinale I impact sotole na national team shoulder especially na junior national team shoulder mi yalon ko na core of the players will be jikiri ne ko be blon na force and second division team all leto but nga jele fana sign right now ligola muru non fana abe opportunity di la coach shoul fana nale ye players soto mi yalon ko train ibe fitri and they can select from those players angamira matar ani live bojan right now ibe ñu welcome la bakel ka to ni nada ke kula de mi yalon ka be tol fana na do ko so ne andila because e bajala ko ite worry no la kote ke ka player to work on their fitness and then ngamira mu kula de mi yalon ko coach sol be ba welcome la bakel na raja fana player nim fana imeta sirini and then woman better any footballer to itara sirin fo kar woro kar sey imam football play imam competition no soto aka tinala ila performance level of fana ita down and I think anata watele la wato mi yalon ko fana be solarin na football e muruna because coming up in yamin na category flow ibebe prepare kan pour kata ila continental championship and I think it is important to acknowledge
sana ba léegi tam di dal di rafetlu lekk ñu nga xam ne ñu noo dal di déglu ñu la naa dal di sant boobu rafet mu ngeen a bokk si biir programme bi tam pour ngeen dal di comment si YouTube sections bi sana gisoon nañ second division bi ñu nga xam ne ñooy Bombada ñu dóoroon Sanga si 3-0 Latrikunda United dal di dóor Falcon si 2-1 BK West Kiyang dal di dóor Red Hawks si 3-1 Steve Biko ak Jara West ndam di ko toon si 1-1 si Thursday bi Jam City dal di dóor Serekunda East bi 2-1 Gunjur ak Immigration ñu dal di draw si lu nga xam ne mooy 2-2 Infantry ñu dal di ñaaka seen diggante PSV Wérongira si lu nga xam ne mooy si 4-0 Young Africans ak Team Rhino ndam di ko toon ñu dal di gis si first round bi 25 goals score na 5 teams am na lu nga xam ne mooy seen 3 points yi 5 teams ñu dal di ñaaka as a coach sa njëlbeen ni maa ji season bi defeat at victory at draw lu la dee dal di may
foog naa ne loolu question bu yomb la bu because coach soo commencé sa season da nga ko war a da nga ko bëgg a commencé with a positive note and I think coaches yëpp loolu la ñoon du ut te loolu moo taxoon ñu train very hard because dañ dee bëgg a am a very very good start comme ni nga ko waxee la rek waaye it's a long season la boo xam ne dafa gudda am na ñoo xam ne nag mun na ñoo door season bi very well ñu complete ko with the same trend waaye it's very 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 unusual loolu di xew xam nañ ne along the road dinañ am lot of I mean things we xew teams yi dinañ drop their performance level but benn coach du liggéey mu pare pour nga go down with your performance level and I think ne lii mu ngi ñëw at a time boo xam ne ñëpp ñu doon yàgg nañoo liggéey coaches yi yëpp yàgg nañoo liggéey xam naa ñenn coaches yoo xam ne sax dañ daan am extra training with certain specific players yi just ñu prepare leen pour ligue bi door leen a garanti naa ko ligue bi nu mu dooree ni it started with goals loolu bokk na loo xam ne dañ ko doon joy Gambia ne goals but I think looking at the second division I mean it's the first phase the week one of the first division has or dafa guarantee already ne goals they are there so the players and I believe that the coaches and the players will always try to develop on that because if you don't score goals you don't win games this is something that has to be said and I think lii bokkoon na si loo xam ne sax suñ shortcoming la woon and I think I would say well done to the coaches for just taking the bold enough ñu move forward et ba pare ñu jël risque because football at the end of the day risque la but comme li ma wax ne rek ñaari component la in as much as yaa ngi góob yaa ngi dem pour liggéey pour nga am goals you need to also guarantee that duñ la score because suñ la score rek I mean it means that you might end up losing or you might end up drawing and I think we have seen that few teams went on a goalless draw games, and which is not bad. And I think this seems to be very competitive league. It seems that dafa
wante
league bi dafa métti trop.
wante soo xoolee ñetti teams mu nga xam ne mooy Latrikunda United si ñaari season yi ñu ngi dal di nekk favourites pour ñu dal di promote Samga team bu yàgg la ñu dal di ñaaka Steve Biko tam ñu dal di draw ñetti teams yi soo naa dal di analyse secondement Steve Biko at Samga pour ñu dal di ñëw Samga am 0 points Steve Biko am 1 point si league opener loolu foog na ne good science la.
Well, it's Duma ko muna oye bad signs because it's only the first game of the league, and I think Lulu, it's very important for you understand Lulu. Nga ame bad game si bena game Lulu munta define sa season bi, and which is something that we have to understand. And because it's a big team, yes, the Gala they have been struggling very well during the past 2 seasons, especially in the second division. Last year, so they struggled very very well. And it was unfortunate that they were, season with them halfway nullify, but they were definitely struggling. That has to be acknowledged. And I hope they will try to strategize. New deal what back new hall. What was the main issues? Big guy they to guy they try to work on it. And I think Lulu, it's something that is very very important for his team because Timbu Magla is one of the oldest team in the country. And then not only that, but it's one of the teams that have produced very good talents for the country. And I think them going down at that level, and then it's something lo hamne football du ko muna wa rafetlu because ñom tamit dañ am say in Gambian football, and I think that also has to be said. ñu ñëw si Latrikunda boo nekk na si team boo xam ne yaaga na si second division bi. And I believe they took a very 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 good step last season. Bala League the top, and I think they were at the top of the league and comfortably and performing week in week out and scoring goals as well. And they were definitely on course. It was very unfortunate that the season went that way, but I for one, I think I would man don't predict Latrikunda as team Mohammed not don't qualify to the second division. So anyway, you whole out infantry, they struggled almost the whole of last season. Together with Sarekuna is, and I this ne wadne send trend bi fiñ ko bàyyi foofu lañ ko pigee waat lose and first game bi, and I hope that they will try to work on the confidence of their players here, and then you move forward. Bombarda was that team boo xam ne last they had problems coming down to the second division last season or season before last, but you see it's a team boo xam ne seen performance wise is very unpredictable, then very inconsistency. And I think what they showed towards the ending of last season and the beginning of this season, it means they really trying to put their house in order and they wanted to move forward. There are some very good teams. Falcons, were very strong last season. It has to be said, but they lose their first game. But I believe they lose to a team that we all expect to qualify. So basically, and I'm sure with the team I know, Falcons, they will definitely come back and they will come back stronger. Rhino, Dorun didn't have a very good start, Hamnenko, and then we almost lose our first 2 games in the league, but this time Dorun and draw, and I believe the boys will work very very hard as well to make sure that you have a very good start. And I think a good start would say everything. It will make your credentials known, and then I think it's really important. So lolu bokk na si loo xam ne il faut que ñu understand loolu ñu make sure that ne ñu am team si liggéey because liggéey bi loolu rek moo laa jox liggéey bi rek moo laa jox lifin results. If you don't work, and it will be very very difficult. But to be quite honest, teams they have time. Time. They had enough. Yep, enough preseason, and they have done everything at their utmost best to make sure that you prepare for the new season. And come to my this I'm expecting it to be one of the most difficult seasons in Gambian football. Yeah. dafa nuru ne ñu ngi am suñ brother bi Buba Jallow Fala Boya. Xam naa ne mu ngi am difficulty to reconnect again. Waaye balaa moo ñëw rek we can go quickly and then ñu xool week one standing of the league right so far. Am nañ Bombada who is like played one game, and have 3 points. They scored 3 goals, and then they don't concede, which is very very good start for them. Um, am nañ BK West, and then BK West as well. Um, ñoom tamit ñu ngi 3 points, 2 goals, score nañ 3 goals and ñu concede benn. Latrikunda, am nañ 3 points. They scored two, ñu concede benn, and they at +1. Ñu gis Jara West, ñu draw some game bi 1-1, scored benn ba pare ñu draw ñu concede benn Biko as well, 1 point, and then Infantry, am nañ 0 points. I mean, it just looked like a very interesting season.
But sana ñi nga jiboro ke bake nga jole ko ñun team sol is a 16-man team mi ko lebe second division. A second one, it a crowd of pull out mi ko is 20,000, but you look at some teams mi ko Bombadale, they have fans. Samga, they have fans. Adu France santem fon latu ko na fo be fintanale, jam silin ko be fintanale, gunjur ko be fintanale, West Jara West will be anin kiyang. So comme the expose anun fana molka naka mabe sa ba te no do ko man tra keri santeng sama bantele. So how ite wuje nyaajo comme ni molye kanaka fintan ka majol jibe ka support the team so to push them.
Ngamara, what is important? We all have to be responsible. If we nimbe more for like, especially walking, calling on fans to come and look at games. Nanta understand that we are in a pandemic, and first of all, what is important is the health of the players. But we've seen there is no enough guide. I'm not aware of any guidelines that was given to teams prior to the beginning of the league. But notwithstanding, let's look at what is happening in the country right now. And then I think everybody is doing what you got to do. So we will encourage people that wanted to go and watch football. Let them go and watch their football, but let them stay safe. Let them wear their maxes and go and support their teams. I think that's something that has to be said, and we have to be very responsible as a country, because we all know that the number of cases are going up and up and up every day, and then that is not helpful. That is not good for our country. So all we have to advocate is, yes, let's go and enjoy football, but let's go and put on our masks and make sure that we stay safe. I think it is important. I mean, fans-wise, it is important. Fans will tell a team will be to give them the support that they got to give them. But like I said, I am not a fan of, encouraging people to come in numbers right now to go and watch this team, because it's something me alonko. It is as a negative impact certainly. And like I said, we are role models, so we need to make sure that we be responsible on some of the things that we said, especially calling on people to go on marches. Yes, we can be disappointed in some of the things that is happening in the country, how people, never respected putting on masks and stuff. But hey, it is our responsibility as football journalists, football fans, coaches, to make sure that we keep sensitizing people in sports to make sure that we stay safe.
Sana, interestingly, for ya mendo mang slow be nun jile bang the federation to like logistic, Castillo Janjan the thing, play baseball thing, or different thing. But now some matches have played. I know for them B first division of an kick off fortune yewa Banjul Bote 1-0. Bully Drame Ule Golosko in the 36th minute. Real de Banjul in Italian United, Real de Licanon 2-1 leg. They got some delays, but the Real is on the front foot 2-1, Second division of starter, one day living in Tema, first division of an starter, like with almost something with two teams winning. You often can for you often mail, because I think the first division is the bigger league,
I think I completely have a lot of confidence in the competition department, and then I think that was one of the reasons me and we want to invite the competition manager to set light on logistics, because we know most of the parks, Serekunda is Manjai, Banjul, they're closed right now. for innovation, and we don't know how long would it take to make sure. But I believe, the competition department has looked at all options, and they put
All of
everything on the table to make sure that the second division kickstart force, which is very important because we have more number of teams in the second division than in the first division, and these are important competition for us, like I said, with our various national teams. And then I think we need to give a lot of emphasis on that because all the under 17, most 90% of the under 17 players are going to school, and then we all know most of them are in the second division and in the first division. So basically, it is very, very important for us to have that. But logistics wise, I have complete trust in the competition department. You have some very experienced people. I mean, people like Mujan, I think he played football to the highest level, so he knows the importance of trying to put logistics in place. Because Momi Alonko, you played football up to a professional level, you know better. So these are the people that we need to steer football, especially at a technical level. And I think having Mujan, knowing him as well, I know that he's very hardworking. And a truth has to be said. He's done a great job for the past 2 seasons because I remember second division always have some logistics problem. But when he came in, he's definitely working on those things to make sure that those are not happening. And I believe Konya Fixo GB, it seems that they have done their homeworks very well. And I'm not expecting we to have like logistics in terms of pitches and stuff. Using Basel, we have to commend Real de Banjul, give them, a big applause. They take a giant step, and then play their first game in their home backyard, in their home stadium. They went to their own, clubhouse, come there for 2 days, go to the game. On their own bus, their own stadium. This is what we're calling for. This is where we want football to go. We don't want teams to be relying on venues. Everybody needs to have your own. If you want to be serious in developing football, we have to take that giant step. And I think I have said it, and I will keep on saying it. Superstar Academy, Real de Banjul, we have to applaud them. All the teams need to look up to them now to take football to the next level.
Bali sana foog na tam tey soo toogee tey fii nga dedicate 1 hour programme show si Ligi Gambia na tam doo fil ne wéetuloo gisuloo ko si mun a am Kër Fatou wala Paradise wala Kewis TV Sports mun a am ba léegi is still early Gambia wante tam da tam like hombaay bi tam like si rajo yi tam si newspaper tam na loolu tam competition department bi tam ne si war a dugal seen xaalis na fédération dañu si war a dugal seen xaalis fay radio station yi ak TV station yi tam ñu na promote league bi ñu na ko expose.
Waaw Buba li nga laajte am na solo I think ne waxtu bi jot na ñu seetaan suñ football bi worldwide tey amaa doon look forward ne dinaa doon seetaan maaji Real bi am Mbay Camara daf doon wax ne dina doon génne game bi am na it's still early. It's the beginning of the league. I'm not logistic wise. It needs a lot. But comme li nga wax dafa am loo xam ne dañ ko war a acknowledge am nañ lot of media outlets in the Gambia waaye xam nañ ne génne football génne programmes yi dafa cher trop. I think it's important ñu xam loolu li ñoo oote mooy man li ma advocate na private companies yi ñëw pour ñëw dimbale football ñëw ñu dugal si football dugal fa seen loxo mun na ñëw mun na ñëw wax government dama ko dee they have a corporate responsibility and I think it is important to understand loolu private institutions they need to understand that they need to go back to the grassroots and helping football will only develop the country. Trust me, because we never get joy like amuñ defin liggéey amul ci dëkk bi ak yooyu but football liggéey la it's a full-time job so soo ñëwee nga invest in football ñaata nit nga save in the country employ 30 players at 7-8 officials it means that benn company employ an extra 38 people nga calculate ko first and second division ñaata nit la ñoo save ak ñaata families la ñoo save it is high time you think about expanding our businesses ñu jël suñ corporate responsibilities the FFB the money they get in from FIFA I mean, sometimes I would say things as how it is, but they also had a responsibility. FIFA's money will come with guidelines. We were expecting them to develop the coaches, you develop the administrators, you make sure that the infrastructural developments are at the highest level. This is what we expect the FF to do. But we are not expecting the FF to go and pay media houses. Put me again, league. Instead, they should be getting money from companies for showing the games. But I think that then what I talk about, sports we war a toogaat muy FF bi muy government bi muy private institutions yi waa companies yi you have to sit on a round table conference you make sure you strategize how best we can all come in and chip in and move forward maa ngi remember bu fa Gabi Socé di nekka dañ daan am cigarette levy dañ daan am teams yi dañ leen daan jox pass daf daan jógee si government daan nga wax ne tax boo leen war a fay some part of that money should go ngeen support GFF or support teams yi man maa ngi remember I mean suma team and I was given what transport fund which is very positive. Why can't we engage our institutions? You take up responsibilities. And they can do a lot of marketing for them. So it's something that I believe the marketing department of the FF should definitely work on.
To understand wax nga lolu ne yaga no joytu li for the past 5 years what the kanyan wara talk at kan mo wara jité lolu tam parce que ne year in year out comme ni exemple Eric man so ba ma ngi look forward pour ma xol ben match RTS match bu nga xamne mu ngi play Sénégal wonte ñu tam kañ dañoo toog pour waxtaan bi bu mëna dal di am government dugal seen xaalis institution ñu dugal seen xaalis diaspora dugal seen xaalis parce que ne duñ mëna expect ñu am di next Omar Colley koku joggé Europe next Omar Colley Gambia la mo judo next Moussa Baro Gambia la mo judo wonte naka la no develop kan moy dal di jël lolu parce que National Sport Council bam fa National Assembly Sports Committee ñu fa so ñu bari fa yi nga xamne mëna ñu ici ay xaalis wonte kan moy wax nga competition department wonte kan moko jité ak kañ la
well comme li ma wax rek am duma mëna door stick to competition department because ñom then responsible of competition so basically logistics they will working on logistics but I mean I'm the marketing department SFF and I believe in some of their responsibilities they will be thinking of selling the game to the media and I think the support has to come from everywhere soma laaje ñu ko wara commencer dama la wone even the marketing department of the FFB mun nañ ko commencer mun nañu commencer the dialogue because it is their responsibility ñu come with packages of institutions ñoo xamne ñom tamit dinañ ci mëna gis seen boppa am nañ minister boo xamne he has a very good relationship ak the FF he's young he's dynamic we can use him am nañ nit ñoo xamne su fekkee ne dëgg mu ngeen daw I mean they are lawmakers xam nañ football ñu ngi ci football they were into football administration they need to understand that this is part of their responsibilities to make sure that you make sure you in the laws you have dina mëna dimbale football but what have they been doing anytime nga gis ne you get involved in football it is when there is a misunderstanding in football National Assembly Select Committee for Sports what are they putting on the table for sports you get gis ne the past 2 years even the budget in sport is one of the craziest you could ever think lo xamne mënta fond football rek nga bëgg invest dolu ci sports how did we expect that we will move forward but also like I said am nañ nit ñoo xamne yaakar nañ ne nekk nañ ci football administration nekk nañ lawmakers they will be able to help us in moving the sports forward but I mean are we seeing that man soma laaje on my personal point of view I would say that we haven't seen enough of that, and I think we expected more from them on that one.
Sana comme ni me mu fagandono wala mu ko comme ni kibar janjal lal fona mu yana ko lekata radio station wala to TV station fona ani ñu ci wal fona kanna fona ka kacaake fona nyalo ko le mu abi umu nyalo ko be dending Gambia la ligo la fona anu fona amandang wonyama fona comme ni manso kuna fona yena kelo kulo fona dundi je ay kila kulo donde je institution fana yina kila kulo donde je salon ko molbe se fana molbe se nafasole comme ni imma sante nga jube comme ni nga fana gunjuru united ye proper structure sotole ye ministry yo sotole anu fana ye multiple bale employee ete woje nyaadi le
coming nkafo nyame rek kamul employ football oto it's something mi yalon ko tolbe ba kumbo kan ko dugu man suno banko kan and football nga fa nyame coming dugu wolon full time dugu wolon mole mi yalon ko you can build your career on it. It's not something mi yalon ko mul kamuta nyame, and I think ninga companies all soto mi yalon ko be dunna football ko na aben na banko le sambala nyato ata murunda la koma because you told me the series mantra dokola and the football play no. I mean, this is just going to help them. Come here, Fanyane. Laftali next Modu Baro, next Hamza Bari, next Omar Koli, next Musa Baro. Inanta bola Gambele, and this is the league that they have to. Inanta bola dane. So giving them an opportunity to showcase, it's very very important. It's national development. Okay, but I mean, I think Mansakunda janta GFF Mansakunda and stakeholders all nanta sila lokoteke ngam panjibe koteke na football nga bondi munto le lafta sambala dane. You know, yeah, for coming media houses, it's important. But media fanang abeduna ko kuda fanang ka profit ni wol fanang they are business entities. You know, for if na be tableau kam fanang mi yalon ko at least if fanang se panje no jele. And the easiest way pour ko be ke wala football ote, but I mean, it seems ko more member do ko we still needs them to work harder. You know, they're doing extremely well. I mean, we only need to work on things that is going to improve us. Everybody has responsibility, and then we can only say coming. I mean, we can only work as coaches. At all, media people can only work as media personnel. But what is important is we have to see Gambia first.
Something na final result sotole mi alon ko wala mo first division oti Fortune yewa Banjul bote 1-0 bulu drama ya score. Real de Banjul inataka Training United bote 2-1 Salifu Koli and Ibrahima Jatta wala Real de Banjul goal score je like title favorites first division iba dila jumala because
of course
Oxby Jele and Dol.
Of course, it's too early to call. I mean, we are very good teams. The teams can do less in the first division. Nanto acknowledge that, but I mean, to me, Real de Bandul has always been a favorite, and this is going to build, and this is going to take them to another level. They had opportunity to play on their home ground, their home turf. It's something that we have to acknowledge. You know, this is going to take Real camp at a very good. They are very good clubhouse. Confidence. Real had their own transportation. They don't have to worry. Build their confidence. Real would go and play on their own turf, on their own stadium. They can ask for nothing. Real paying their players. The team is mentally okay. They had a very experienced coach. We all know him. He's a winner. So it is up to him, you know, to try to raise the confidence of the players. And I have no doubt, you know, structure is there, the confidence is there, the motivation is there. Real de Banjul, I am looking forward. I mean, hopefully they will have a very good season. And Nimbe favorite dealer towards the if I have to give a favorite to any team, I'll give it to Real, simply because they were on top of the league before the league ends, and they seems to pick it from where they left it. And I think the team will only get better. And you know, they have signed some very good players. And then you see Babukar from Gamtel, a striker, you know, and Jara is always, I mean, someone who is going to build up his squad. He will have options on all departments. And I think they had a very strong team, very, very strong squad. And then I'm looking forward for them to have a very good season.
Sana li ma la ko si olof si da nga jógee ndax ëllëg si biir Real su dooree Ports su dooree Gamtel su dooree Hawks su dooree Walidan, like some of the things mbir yu nga name like bu sutante fu nga sutante muy good pitch wala muy good clubhouse at coach bi ñu bàyyi ko bu def freedom am bi tam ndax tam like because am nañu yenn club da nga ko waroon a def muy ñoom Ports muy ñoom Gamtel, you know, après am nañ good club presidents or am nañ good advisory board soo xoolee board si Walidan, you know, wante lan moo tax step bu Real def ñoom defum ko wala bu tardé.
waaw so li nga ma laaj am na solo trop ana foog nga ne fi nga commencé falaay fi nga commencé foofu lay commencé ñu sutante Real sut nañ team yëpp noonu laa ko mën a waxee for the first time ñu ngi am seen own clubhouse pare na dañoo dem Kamfa su la neexee 1 week prior to games bi Kamfa am nañ seen own transportation boo xam ne you know seen training everything is intact am nañ seen stadium bu ñu play so obviously ñoom they are ready in all departments you know loolu daf la naa yóbbu si beneen level and I think ne moo taxit ma ne soo maa jox te am nañ coach boo xam ne tamit coach bu am experience la xam nañ ne win na league ak armed forces almost every season dina win trophy and then last season gis nañ ne league bi bi moo stop he was at the top of the league and I think ne dafa nuroo ne fi mu ko bàyyee foofu la ko commencé waat lu tax yeneen teams yi mënuñ koo def dama ne xëj na structure bi pare wuñu woon paa yi am nañu liggéey am na paa yoo xam ne liggéey nañ Gambia we have to acknowledge that waaye dafa important trop ñu xool ne football nowadays it must be business foog ñu xalaat ne dañoo war a yóbbu football to the next level Real nag fi ñoo jëm it's something that ñu understand ko they want to build a football industry and they're on course don't be surprised you attract the best players in the country don't be surprised because fu ñu nekk nii luñ soxla yëpp am nañ ko ñoom so the only thing li gars yi mën a def léegi sustainability and I think that they are on course because soo xoolee the past season si ba ñëw ba tey fi gars yi toll nii ñu ngi consistent si li ñu ñoo def lii mu maa delloowaat back bi Real toogee ñu bañ a ñëw si African Champions League bi 2 seasons ago coow li bëri Real amuñ ñu ne they have more important things to do so more important you sacrifice them to African Champions League bi to make sure that you build their future and the future is there which is very important it is important club to emulate leen ñii di mel ni ay Hawks ñii di mel ni ay Walidan they Gamtel Port they should have done the same thing football would have gone to another level tey Real de Banjul scout buñ indi in the country ñu indi ko wal na ne ok lii mooy suñ projet you'll be interested because nga ne ok the structure everything is there the atmosphere will be conducive nga am jóge sa clubhouse dugg sa football pitch train players in the way you want to train them you want to work in every area it's I mean there is nothing more that they can demand for.
waaw Sana loolu moo tax wéykat bi wax na ko Youssou Ndour mu ne su fi amoon dal di neex wante wax nga fi affaire Champions League léegi format bi change na gis nañ fi Teungueth team Sénégal bi dem leen qualify neen ñu ngi si groupe D te am nañ fa doomi Gambian gis nañ beneen team Sénégal tam muy Jaraaf ñoom tam dañoo dem si play off si Confederation Cup bi seen président bi Augustin Senghor mu ngi bëgg a dal di nekk taxaw nekk CAF loolu tam dafa tax ne tam niki wax ne su mun naa am fit pour wax ne Sénégal football mu faa dox parce que ne am na ñaari teamam yu dal di qualify like qualification tam léegi nu nga xam ne tam léegi yombee na noonu comme nu dem World Cup yombee du dem African Cup of Nations yombee foog la tam Real tam seen next step bi wala beneen team tam muy Brikama muy Walidan ñoom tam seen next step bi ñoom tam pour ñu noo dal di def ñu break ñu dal di dugg si CAF group stages bi wala confederation parce que ne CAF soo fa qualify group stage bi rek ñu laa fay $275,000 $75,000 rek loolu tam doy na la rek 5 years si club bu nga xam ne club bu ndaw la pour nga dal di dem kanam loolu tam na ko dal di jàngee pour ñu dal di egga si Africa.
waaw first of all comme li ma waxoon ne structure la rek and then soo ma laajee ban team a nekk on course in the Gambia bëgg a jël route boobu noonu I will still come back to Real de Banjul. I'm not a fan of Real de Banjul but dëgga mooy dëgga rek la we have to say it the way it is. I'm not club yoo xam ne they could have done better than where they are now but Real dafa woon nit ñi ne they're serious in football development and I think I mean it has to be said and comme li nga wala rek projet la su ma amoon Real de Banjul officer tey mu ñëw mu toog fii mu ne ma ne our next target is to be I mean the group stages of the Champions League I would say okay it's attainable okay because you're on course structural wise yéen a ngi pare So I would have believed it. But so like a better Gambian team be qualify to CAF Champions League. It's not realistic. Because do we have structures to make sure that you do that route? No, we don't. You know, Holland Tengate, they did well. The past 2 seasons they've been very consistent.
Be Tengate sir, 2013 la ko gay dal de sos.
That's what I'm saying. But Holland did 2013 up till date. How do they climb up the ladder? They always have a strong season, which is very important to understand. Which is very easy, the important drop. And right now, you know, coming on, it will be fun to watch a Gambian play in the African Champions League, which is great. But you know, it's also important that you acknowledge the teams has to do better. You know, structural wise, we have to. We cannot be giving everything to the FF. No, he had a responsibility. The one they want so begin am karu. Defaral sakir. You know, so defaral sakir bemba. Low was beginning in the But if clubs are not properly structured, I mean, you don't expect to move to the football. I'm on shortcut. Football, I'm on ben shortcut. You know, buñ fa rek ne suñ weekly draw bi. You know, suñ weekly draw bi tamit, you know, mu ci yoon bi. And I think dinañ am Omar tamit pour mu join ñu pour suñ weekly draw bi. And dinaa try ma xool kon da naa ko mën a jot si line bi pour ñu mën a def suñ weekly draw bi kuy follow Gam Football Fan TV rek, you know, comme suñ objective is to make sure that ne suñ fans yi xam na ñu xam seen national seen Gambian players yi and seen Gambian coaches yi. And I think the question was like to name 5 teams in the second division. And I think dinaa try Omar si line bi to make sure that nañu mën a defal draw bi. Waaye bu mun ngaa continuer rek waa suma traane Omar.
Madam Hani Sandro Mbal konton kan jamiana ko kala Gam Football France day alla lamar ñi mal fana Hani Sandro bidum katabe be dending mi an ko dem Gambia National League second division of startale and from first division of France starter B fortune nataka wa Banjul buti 1-0 Buli Dramé la score Real de Banjul nataka tale buti 2-1 Salifu Leasko, Salifu Kuli, ani mun kata Ibrahima Jakati wole le gorosko kalani nata franka wan soto mi alon ko yewo bondi plenty dollar sana ye omar soto le
nga continue rek abe dunna nan linko to le so I will mbe linko nyin kila na dafa nan se dunno no linko to so ite continue rek I will just send him the link right away
bulen dali faté tamne lu nga amne tam moy African Cup of Nations bi tam su fekkee ne CAF isuum dara parce que ne ba léegi ñu si pandémique bi gisoon nañ si qualifier si CAF Confederation Cup ak Champions League team saa ngi dal di sàcc ne sa play dafa dal di am corona defoon nañ ñu ko sax ñun si kisi solo kii Solmar to ñu ngi ñaan yàlla tam ne suñ qualification bi tam dem in course pour ñu qualifier suñu nga xam ne mooy match bari sana jëne yi bi amoon sotolo dron yewo say kam pour ka jële ko fanan ko ay Gambian team sol fanan ye kata fanan ye futa CAF Champions League groupe anu fanan mala fay ale wo adresse bari gamtale mun kenu amanke kumyanu ko anyi nyatale ka timo na tendi ka timo bonni na moroko wole na play jang ite awe ma jo fanan honola wo ka timo le fanan aka banko to le tinya anu fanan you know you doesn't give confidence to your players because your players want to compete. You can play Africa Star. You want to play CHAN. You want to play African Cup of Nations. You want to play CAF Champions League or CAF Confederation League. So as a club, you should provide that. Ngayon nung Big Camo United, yeah, katale nung kabring in Raja Casablanca na nung jang. They already returned match, but people were against it. But we have to try. Kafuda yesala.
Come here, me for it. Well, akuma yata bake. To acknowledge. You know, teams will not you know, we move to the especially African Champions League and Confederation Cup to make sure that Konimbe do any competition, so we try to go further. I think it's important. Okay. yeah, Gamtel Lokuofo, I could have more be disappointment, only, but I think, and I have said, not opinion only, if Nintendo Munung, the head coach of Gamtel, that time I would have resigned. Because it was not helpful and they were not helpful at all. And in the first place, why allowing the team to participate, in the Champions League if you are not ready? Moreover, you played the home game, you're supposed to go away because for some reasons you lost or you whatever happens. That's football. It can happen. They can go right there and then yeah, I mean your results only turn out, and then they can turn the tie around. It's very possible because it was a very tight game. But I don't know for some reasons. I know the decision came from the management, and which is not helpful on Gambian football, which is not good for the confidence of Gambian Football Club. And the coach will be frustrated. I can understand his frustration. And then I think it's something, me, Alonko, it has to be said among Manyan Nasonna, I repeat, Gambian football. If you are not ready, to get to be in a competition, cannot register. I think it is the easiest thing to do than to register and play the first game. You don't want to go to the return leg. That is very shameful to be quite honest. And I think the administrators needs to do better.
Sana ngajele ko last year the coaching association for nang defon nem fi si lancing coaching course the some of those coaches ñoo nekk ci second division bi ci first division bi bu yagut ni rek def neen West Coast defoon nañ seen boss through the federation di lancing course KM tam dali def ñaari course yooyu si lancing ak di lancing tam naka nañ ko dal di jàngate si développement football parce que ne man suma boppa mënoon naa toog rek ma ne coach la wante awma di papers awma di expertise yaa ngi waxtaan mënuma li programme mënuma xam nga wante like léegi sant yàlla daal ndax sa bët tam fees na tam at least some of the structures yi nga xam ne ñoom pa fay ñu ngi koo dal di def foofu.
waaw lu am solo mu ngi nii foog naa ne di nga gën a gis some more quality si ligue bi bi nga trainer coach si especially to that high level CAF si licence and xam nañ ne it was a long time that ñu am this licensing system. I think dañoo upload the technical department of the GFF and the Gambia Football Coaches Association for working hard and xam naa ne yombutoon nekkutoon lu easy to make sure that ne ñu am licence but hey ñëw na and xoolal the core of the second division coaches and some of the first division coaches they did not have license and now going through that CAF training, vigorous training, dafa yokk quality in our game and I think it's something that we have to understand. Build the capacity of our coaches. It will only help us. No dimbale I mean, living football, yoga football.
Ante sona yewo se kamani ka kongo drong janding ko omar fana solo comme ni ngadel no fana ko ye coaching training coaches training ye wokilo no je si lancing aning di lancing an fana sante mo dum le be jëm yalon ko ye la tire fana so an fana tim dol fana bi jele fang ye mo fla fon le ki fang ya jele tim dol fana bi jele ye mo fla ki le an fana ta division team sol academy sol musul la timol ye wol ben ka mo fana ken ki je ye wo quality je nyaale in the future
comme na fo nyame sur account drong nimbe avec la couleur mi yalon ka ben na football la quality sample la nyaato and I think ñim bayi tan di kan ko drong ko di sol be pare la pour que 40 and ni 40 o be football ma ko la because imagine ko ni be momon di 40 la football la avec la moloti mi yalon ko avec la ko de mi yalon ko ya train properly and I think wo mu couleur mi yalon ko nyantaw mbe nyantaw understand la and I think team sol media coach sol key will be pare can to make sure that the structure is better. And then this is the only way to move our football forward because if coaches are trained properly, you can expect to players will be trained properly. And need trained properly, you can be assured of quality performance. And if you quality performance, you can expect that players will definitely have contracts outside.
Sana, Jani Hanisha Amarko Dula. Nga jëlé ko comme ni under 20 ñi fan teams dol di jël amna ñen teams nga xamné tam ñu ngi am a high representative si under 20 bi teams yëpp la nag muy Royal muy Hawks muy Fortune muy Brikama loolu tam as a coach naka la moo distroper sa sa préparation bi si campagne bu es bi wala si système bi es bi xam ne tam comme ni Brikama na suñu amee foofu ñaari player dafa nekk motivation to the rest of the players ne soo leen trayee ni ngeen mën a éega ñi fu ndaan la di éega wante as a coach na tam daf laa force si market bi nga dem nga jëli ji player na daf laa force nga use player bu nga xam ne kooku du doon dal di play loolu tam nekk na lu nga xam ne daal xaw na maa jaaxal si players yi nga xam ne clubs yi nga xam ne dañ lose seen players si under 20 bi.
waaw su ma la déggee bu baax fa ngaa ne yaa ngi wax ne comme players yoo xam ne ñu ngi jógee si under 20 bi ñu ngi si under 20 bi te ñu ngi war a travel ak seen team si ak seen national team bi loolu you know mun naa am an impact because ñooñu players yooyu noonu they are very important players for their various teams and then I think loolu dañ ko war a acknowledge waaye coaches yi tamit dañu war a understand the national duty it's a national duty and I think it's important ñu acknowledge loolu ñu xam ne suñoo prepare suñ team bi buñ ko prepare against benn individual comme injury mun naa am I mean on forces nit mun naa feebar lu nekk mun naa xew waaye all the time xam naa ne coaches yi dañoo liggéey dañ di am ay contingency plan and I believe that all the coaches tamit will work against that so it shouldn't be an issue of ne suma player nangam nekkut fii kii nekkut fii moo tax ma no it's a complete team you register 30 players and then we expecting 30 players you know will have game time because it's a long season so for Kenya you should be able to have somebody as good as that player to promote fit in his position.
naka Omar ñu wagul ba léegi
waaw mu ngi dugal nañ continuer rek xam naa ne dina dugal léegi mu ngi use link bi pour mu ñëw
dégguloo kon ba léegi ñuy dal di sant rek ñu nga xam ne tam saa su nekk rek ñu dal di ànda lu nga xam ne mooy Gam Football Fans TV ak ñëpp ñu nga xam ne tam jooñee dal di nekk si gannaaw sponsors itam pour make sure ne that raffle bi tam daf dee dal di am on weekly basis or time to time suñ fi dal di ñëwee tam ñooñu itam ñu ngi dal di sant gaay di dal di gërëm gaay bu baax a baax parce que itam liggéey itam at sponsor mu dal lu moo tax maa ngi dal di joxe itam ne fédération bi foog ñoom tam ñu ñëw tam dugal seen xaalis parce que itam part of marketing la parce que ne yenn saa yi itam sooy door foog nga bëgg a faa dugal dara wala nga bëgg a faa dawme dara sala
waaw loolu am na solo foog naa ne fédération bi comme li ma dee wax la rek am nañu yeneen responsibilities fi gaay war a gën a mun a focus ak concentrate waaye nag bokk na si seen liggéey ñu make sure that ne ñu am marketing department boo xam ne dina leen indil ay programme on the table pour jaay ko I mean si business waa community bi and I think it is something that is very important loolu dañ ko war a suma acknowledge foog naa ne lu am solo la nag pour ñu wax loolu waaye football bi il faut ñu ñaax suñ business community bi ñu dugga si football suñ si duggee dafa gën a yomba yaa ngay fay players yi yaa ngay build infrastructure dafa yóbbu football si kanam te mun naa indi loolu ak loolu pour dëkk bi because player boo si jaay mu dem national asset laa nekka li mu am yëpp si dëkk bi la ko indi waat back and I think ne it's very very important pour ñu acknowledge loolu
parce que maa ngi gis Tengage bu gaa dal di qualifié moo sponsors dafa dal di ñëw ba pare tam moo sponsors dafa dal di ñëw parce que léegi sa qualify neen moo sponsors dafa dal di ñëw fédération bi teel gis naa joxe na chèque joxe na subvention almost 75 million CFA pour tam ñu dal di ko so dafa gis ne like léegi players yi sax like jaroo yëg seen boppa mun na am seen salary sax mun na fi dal di fi so I mean like pour sponsor si ñëw ak pour nga expose sa dëkk pour léegi ne Sénégal yëpp dañoo support Tengage yaa understand lii sax dafa ay gaaf la bu fekk si biir pandémique ni koon a lot of players dem noonu dal di ñëw waaw kon Omar duga sax ni sana la ñu dal di bàyyi ñu dal di welcome Omar tam si Fana draw bi
waaw Omar moom balaa moo dugg am naa Gam Football Fan TV ñoom yii na ñoo gis Omar ñëpp a ngi bëgg a laajee kan mooy Omar waaye nañ ko bàyyi rek mu nuyu suñu fan bi for the first time
Thank you, Sana Baraka. Be mulbe kontona. You know, mini be bal jibeka. You guys are doing a great job, especially today. Me Alonko, you know, you were a bit constrained. Lamin was not around and Habib Fanang is tied up. So I'm saying bravo to you guys. You're doing a great job. And then I'm telling the fans to just keep following. This is what we want to achieve to ensure that we can help Gambian football to develop. And some of the topics and the ideas that you are coming up during the discussions can be of great benefits to the teams and to our football officials. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much, Omar. You know, it's our weekly fan raffle. That is the Gam Football Fan TV weekly Know Your Gambian Football players and I mean coaches, players. You know, and then our weekly draw. So you are here specifically to do the draw for us, right?
That's right. That's right. Because normally Lamin would do it, but he's not around. So we've just made an improvisation. We've just improvised something by writing the numbers on papers.
Right.
And then I'll get my little boy to come and just pick a number. And then hopefully one lucky winner will go away with the football that we are giving away this week.
Thank you.
So we are ready. We are all set. He's also around. So if you're ready, we can just go on and do the draw for you.
We go ahead with the draw because we are almost running out of time. And then doing the draw now would be very, very important.
Right. We have 73 participants today who have answered the question, which was to name 5 Division 2 league teams from the Gambia GFF League. And then we have 73 participants who have answered correctly. Unfortunately, there were others who had made an attempt, but their answers were not quite right. So we've excluded those. And we will just say sorry to them, but we've picked out the 73 that have answered the question correctly with 5 teams from the league. Like I said earlier, this is all geared towards promoting our league so that people can know some of the things about our league, like the teams that are in the GFF leagues. And then, like I said, we're just trying to give them that platform or to promote the Gambian football, so that the Gambian fans can be in sync with what is happening in the league. So I'll call Hussein now to come and pick a number from the 73 numbers. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it loud. You can see it very clearly.
Yep. Right, okay. So if you just put your hand in, just mix it, yeah. Right, so now you can just pick one paper from the... Just pick one. All right.
Yeah. This one's, oh wait, no, 7.
Number 7. Can you show it to the camera?
Wow.
We've got number 7. So I'll just have a look on the list and see who number 7 is. And if you just hold on there for a minute, I'll tell you who number 7 is. And we will also try and post it onto the forum, GAM Football Fans Forum, and on the GAM Football Fans TV page. Number 7 is Mohamed Pogba Junior Jase. Mohamed Pogba Junior Jase is the winner.
Congratulations, so Mohamed, for winning this week's Know Your Gambian Football. Gambian football players, teams, and coaches, and I will say, keep up. I'm doing it, and then there are a lot of prizes to be won, and then I think this is just one of many prizes that you can win weekly. You just all you need to do is, monitor the Facebook page and just answer the question correctly, and the draw will be done live on every Friday.
Exactly. That's all we're trying to do. We just want to make sure we give the football fans something back for their troubles to keep in sync with what we are doing here. So like Sana said, we'll be giving away some prizes every week, like we've been doing for the past 3-4 months. And we will continue with that trend, inshallah.
Buba,
So I'm going
dinaa
to
la-
leave you
I
and
will
Buba
give
now
you.
to carry on.
No, I will like Buba to ask you a few questions because you are someone who has followed Gambian football for a very, very long time. And then we are just starting a very new season after the pandemic. We would just wanted to take your take on this new season.
Well,
It's a difficult season, considering what has been happening around the world for the past 1 year or close to a year now. And obviously it has affected football everywhere, from in terms of quality, in terms of the revenue the clubs are getting. And then I don't think Gambia would be an exception. In fact, I think Gambia would suffer to a degree because our leagues were closed for a very long time, longer than probably some of the other countries around us. So, but we expect it to go on from here, because it seems life has started getting back to normality back in Gambia, unlike other parts of the world. So hopefully things can carry on. And from what I saw from the Real de Banjul game today, it seems they are setting the trend. I heard you said that, but whatever they are doing, I think all the other clubs and our football officials should sit back and look at what they are doing and try to emulate and then copy what they are doing, because that's the only way forward. And in terms of with the COVID, I have seen what they were doing with the precautions, having hand sanitizers available for the officials, the footballers and the fans. I mean, these are some of the things that they can do. We cannot ignore COVID, but at least to put some of the precautionary measures available for people coming to the game and those taking part. I think those are very important.
Buba?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
yeah, Omar, just in a nutshell, like, mun nga wax ne comme ni, like, ñan ñoo sa title favorite this season be looking at the first division team and perhaps seen pre-season yu nga xam ne am nañ ko tam kan la ñoo sa title favorites.
I mean, like Sana said, I think Real de Banjul are right up there. In terms of guys in preparation and what they are trying to achieve, because they are trying to set up, like Sana said, a football industry. You know, the future looks very bright. I mean, football, under comfort vitamin, under comfort vitamin, at least you have a very comfortable home ground. You have a very good transportation and a very good coach. And then that's just setting the trend, because it's going to attract better players to the club. And then we've seen that with some of the additions they've done. So, and obviously, ñoom ñoo nekkoon on top of the league last year, up to the time bu league be closes. So automatically, I think they are the favorites. It's their title to lose anyway. By football,
Absolutely.
you know, anybody can win.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the season. The season is just beginning, like I said. But with all indications, and if you look at their past records, and then I would say that they're definitely on course. And then they seems to pick it up from where they left it last season. And like I said, they're strong in all areas. I mean, they got their a coach, very experienced coach. They did some addition in the team, and he thinks he needs to strengthen the areas that he needs to strengthen. And I think it's something that we have to acknowledge. I mean, notwithstanding teams like Fortune, Walidan, they're doing extremely well, and we've seen Walidan also restructuring very well. And it's an interesting season ahead, and I believe we will see a very interesting season.
I think Fortune as well. I think they're trying to emulate or copy what Real de Banjul are doing. I've been following them. I'm even in their WhatsApp group, and I can see they are doing a lot to promote their players. And this is one thing Real de Banjul did over time. They've managed to set up a very good scouting network and have links with other scouts outside the Gambia. This made it very easy to get their players outside, and in return, that brings some revenue for them. And
Absolutely.
obviously that revenue is what is making these things happen now. Like they manage to get their own football stadium. And to be fair, I've seen the videos from the stadium. It looks right up there in terms of the quality of the pitch. And then this is something other clubs should look at. And then, you know, there's nothing wrong with trying to get to the club and see what they are doing and then start their own little thing. It's very important to get that exposure for their players so that they can, that's the only way out. Because if you look at it, most of the clubs, the revenue that's coming into the Gambian Football League is partly from the GFF for the subventions that they've been given through FIFA.
Yep.
Other than that, they don't get much revenue. So the only other way out would be to get their players out, which if you look at Fortune, they've done things like that. They've sent some of their players to Senegal, and then in return, maybe if those players manage to leave Senegal to go to, let's say, France and other things, I mean, these transfers are tied together. So wherever they go, Fortune will be able to get some revenue from them. Likewise, Real de Banjul. And I think all these other clubs should look into these kind of systems and try to integrate it in their setups.
Yeah, I think that's really important to acknowledge, Omar, because we've got to understand that there is what we call a developmental fee. Anytime a player transferred from one club to another, a team where he started playing, you are entitled to a developmental fee. And I think it is not only selling the players now, but also you have to look at the long-term impact that it can have in the club. You might leave a player to go like for a very, very small price, you know, because if he's young, he has a lot of opportunities to impress and to improve as well. And for him improving, you know, that means he wants to go to the higher level. And any club that he went to, you can be assured that the club will benefit something out of it, which is very important. And Gambian clubs need to understand that as well.
And obviously, ultimately, Gambia will benefit as well because we need that exposure for our footballers.
Exactly, it's a win-win situation.
To outside league, and so I think they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job, to be honest.
Thank you very much, Omar. I will hand over the baton to Buba again because we just have 3 more minutes to go, and then we will have to wrap up. And maybe he has 1 or 2 questions to answer before you can leave.
Okay, thank you.
Wow, Omar, comme ni gis nañ under 20 bi qualify nañ, unfortunately World Cup bi moom du mun a possible wante dañ delluwaat dañ dem Mauritania na loolu motivation la pour under 17 bi under 17 waafu bi at senior squad yi Gambia mi nga xam ne tam ñu ngi amee 2 crucial match na tam under 20 bi tam set nañ pace bi set nañ marka bi.
Absolutely. Guys, performance in Senegal was something else. I was remarkably impressed with them. I was very impressed with their performance. I think they started setting the trend or the pathway for Gambian football because we need the grassroots to come up. You know, football we follow their door and you make at the lower levels. If we are having that quality, we should be able to make that transition from junior to senior team. So from a senior team, they are performing well. So if we have our under 20 and under 17 doing well as well, which means Gambian football is in the right path. So yeah.
Well, concernant dundali def dara like ba léegi like ndoxale ko ku nga xam ne win na bi pare tam di dalil ndoxale ko ñëpp ñi nga xam ne tam ñu leen nekk si gannaaw sponsor si tam ak ñi nga xam ne tam ñoom wiinu wante saa su nekk every Friday ñu ngi dal di connect fu nga xam ne mooy Gam football fans di dal di nuyu Habib Moussa bu baax a baax dal di nuyu tam Lamine Baro bu baax a baax ñu nga xam ne tam texe moo leen dal di téye wante ne ñeneen itam ñu fi tam ñu leen naa dal di sant du leen dal di gërëm Sana fooy dal di tënk sa kàddu tey ba beneen semaine.
fi ma tënk Buba di gërëm Omar rek si luñ ko amee pour mu def draw bi xam nañ ne Lamine moo ko dee def waaye unfortunately comme teexa la rek Lamine tamit loxo bi dafa jàpp tey Habib moom ñëpp xam nañ ne Real de Banjul la ngi play tey so dem na Basori seetaani match bi and I'm sure ne believe naa ne next week and su ñëwee dinañu mën a jox ne insight of game bi num demee comme ni ñu ko waxee rek fans yi ñoom ñoo tax ñu ngi fii to make sure that ñu update on Gambian football ñu share suñu experience yi tey nag I think it's a very important day for us because gis nañ kenn behind binda yoo naa gis suñ Facebook page bi yëpp Omar la Omar moo nekk behind it and then ñu am ko fii si platform bi dafa important trop wiyee tamit mu ngi fa am na ñoo xam ne ñu ngi si gannaaw and I think it's important tamit suñ yeneen shows yi di ñëw ñu xam leen gis leen ñu xam ne ñii ñoo nekk si behind Gam Football Fan TV fi ma daanelee rek di wish all the clubs in the first and second division good luck. It's a season that we all have to fight to nail and then it's a season boo xam ne yaakaar naa ne improvement dina am si quality football yi Gambia comme li ma war a rek the GFF ak the Gambia Football Coaches Association jël nañ a very bold step ñu build the capacity of the coaches yi te lii dafa gën a yokka suñ coaches yi seen xam-xam te seen xam-xam su yokkee ko rek na la leer na tamit performance yi players yi it will go forward.
Omar lan mooy sa ñeenteeli kaddu foo daanale waxtaan bi tam ñu dal di tëj.
waaw thank you Buba yéen tamit maa ngi leen di jërëm seen effort bi comme ni ma ko waxee si dooren bi maa ngi jërëm fans yi tamit ñoo xam ne every week week in week out ñu ngi leen naa toppa di follow show bi dinaa leen wax ne daal ñu continuer di toppa programme bi daal because this is what we want to achieve. My other thing would be, I just wanted to point out because yaga nañ di wax lolu affaire suñ football pitch yi they are in a very bad state and I think what we saw with Real de Banjul today one and something could be done about our pitches and GFF war nañ ci janga I know Lamin Kaba Bajo was there and I think other GFF officials were there to watch the game. One nañ see janga tamit ñoom it ñu boole loxo ak government bi and then let them see what they can do for some of our these football pitches because football pitches suñ baaxuñ football quality bi tamit du baax and then it's posing a lot of danger for our players tamit xam nga am na ñoo xam ne seen carrières they mënuñoo dem because of the injuries they sustained from very early age. So this is all part of the game. So they should try that. One nañ say janga dal, ñu ñëpp wara janga dal from what we seen at Real. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me anyway. Thank you.
Jërëjëf Sana.
Jërëjëf Buba. Thank you very much. Ñu ngi na joxaat dig daje next Friday. Hashtag know your Gambian football players, coaches, and administrators. Thank you very much, and I see you all next Friday. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Bye-bye.